Welcome back everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm really happy you've joined, because the story we're about to explore proves once again that some of the most valuable treasures can hide in the most ordinary places. Today we are diving deep into the incredible world of the Liberty 5-cent coin dated 1963 from the United States of America. At first glance, this is a simple nickel with a face value of just 5 cents. It is a coin that millions of people have handled, spent, saved, and forgotten over the decades. Yet under rare and extraordinary circumstances, this very coin has been associated with values reaching as high as $2.71 million. That shocking difference between 5 cents and millions of dollars exists because of minting errors, production mistakes, rare mint mark anomalies, and unique conditions that transform an everyday coin into a legendary collectible. The 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, has a long and fascinating history in the United States. By 1963, the Jefferson nickel design had already been in use for 25 years, having first appeared in 1938. The obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third President of the United States. Jefferson's image represents knowledge, leadership, and the ideals upon which the nation was built. The reverse shows Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia, a symbol of American history and architectural achievement. Above Monticello appears the word E pluribus unum, and below it are the words 5 cents and United States of America. The year 1963 sits in a particularly interesting period of American history. It was a time of social change, political tension, and cultural transformation. The nation was on the brink of major events, and the U.S. Mint was operating at full capacity to supply coins for everyday commerce. In 1963, Jefferson nickels were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark, and at the Denver Mint, which used the D mint mark. Both mints produced millions of coins, and these nickels circulated widely across the country. The standard composition of the 1963 Liberty 5-cent coin was 75% copper and 25% nickel, the classic alloy used for nickel since 1866. This durable composition allowed the coin to withstand heavy circulation, but it also introduced certain challenges during the minting process. High-speed presses, constant die usage, and massive production numbers created the perfect environment for mistakes to occur. While most errors were caught and corrected, a small number escaped quality control and entered circulation, where they remained hidden for years or even decades. One of the most important reasons a 1963 Liberty 5-cent coin can become extraordinarily valuable is the presence of double die errors. Double dies are created during the die-making process, when the hub impresses the design onto the die more than once in slightly different positions. This misalignment results in a die that produces coins with doubled features. Unlike mechanical doubling, which appears flat and shelf-like, true double dies show rounded, distinct separation between design elements. On a 1963 Jefferson nickel, double die errors may appear on Jefferson's eye, nose, mouth, or profile, as well as on inscriptions such as Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, E pluribus unum, or the date 1963 itself. Strong double dies are among the most sought-after varieties in American coin collecting. When the doubling is bold and easily visible, especially on a popular series like the Jefferson nickel, collectors take immediate notice. A high-grade 1963 double die nickel would be considered a major rarity and could command astonishing prices in the right market conditions. Mint mark errors are another critical factor that can push the value of a 1963 Liberty 5-cent coin into extraordinary territory. Denver minted nickels carry the D mint mark on the reverse, to the right of Monticello. Errors involving the mint mark include repunched mint marks, doubled mint marks, tilted mint marks, and misplaced mint marks. Repunched mint marks occur when the mint mark is punched into the die more than once, often at slightly different angles or positions, resulting in overlapping impressions. In 1963, mint marks were still punched into working dies by hand, which makes repunched mint marks a real possibility. A clearly visible repunched D mint mark on a 1963 nickel is highly collectible, especially when combined with other errors or found in uncirculated condition. Doubled mint marks, where the D appears doubled or shadowed, are also extremely appealing to collectors who specialize in varieties and minting anomalies. Planchet errors represent some of the most dramatic and visually striking mistakes that can occur in coin production. A planchet is the blank metal disc that becomes a coin after being struck by the dies. Occasionally, the wrong planchet is fed into the press. This can result in a 1963 5-cent coin being struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, such as a cent or dime, or even on a foreign planchet. A nickel struck on a wrong planchet would immediately stand out due to differences in size, thickness, and weight. For example, a nickel struck on a cent planchet would be smaller and thinner, while one struck on a dime planchet would be even smaller and lighter. These errors are extremely rare, especially when they involve the correct date and mint mark being clearly visible. When authenticated, wrong planchet errors can reach incredible values due to their rarity and visual impact. Metal composition errors are closely related and equally fascinating. While 1963 nickels were supposed to be made of the standard copper-nickel alloy, mistakes can occur at the planchet preparation stage. A nickel struck on a planchet with an incorrect alloy composition would weigh differently and might display unusual color or surface characteristics. Such errors require professional testing to confirm, but once verified, they become highly desirable pieces. Striking errors further expand the range of possibilities that can make a 1963 Liberty 5-cent coin incredibly valuable. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is not properly aligned in the press at the moment of striking. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing and blank metal is visible. Minor off-center strikes are relatively common, but dramatic off-center strikes that still show the full date and mint mark are far rarer and significantly more valuable. Broad strikes occur when the retaining collar fails to contain the coin during striking. Without the collar, the metal spreads outward, creating a coin that is wider and thinner than normal. Broad-struck nickels often retain full design details but lack the raised rim. A clean, well-preserved broad-struck 1963 nickel is a strong collectible, especially if it displays other unusual characteristics. Multiple strike errors are among the most fascinating mistakes in the world of coin collecting. These occur when a coin is struck more than once, sometimes rotating or shifting between strikes. The result can be overlapping designs, distorted lettering, and dramatic visual effects. Each multiple-struck coin is unique, which adds to its appeal. A multiple-struck 1963 Jefferson nickel in high-grade condition would be an exceptional discovery. Die-related errors also play an important role in determining value. As dies wear out, they can develop cracks. These cracks appear on coins as raised lines. Small die cracks are common and usually add little value, but large and dramatic cracks can be much more desirable. Die chips occur when small pieces of the die break off, leaving raised blobs of metal on the coin surface. Cuts represent a more extreme form of die damage. A cut occurs when a large piece of the die breaks away, typically along the rim, resulting in a raised, irregular mass of metal that replaces part of the design. Large cuts on Jefferson nickels are rare and visually striking, making them highly sought after by error collectors. Condition is one of the most critical factors in determining the value of any coin, especially modern-era coins like the 1963 nickel. Most of these coins entered circulation immediately and experienced years of wear, scratches, and contact marks. Finding a 1963 Liberty 5-cent coin in pristine, uncirculated condition with full original mint luster is already uncommon. Finding one with a major mint error in such condition is exceptionally rare and dramatically increases its value. Professional grading and authentication are absolutely essential for any coin believed to be extremely valuable. Third-party grading services carefully examine coins to confirm authenticity, identify and classify errors, analyze metal composition, and assign an official grade. Certification provides confidence to buyers and sellers and establishes credibility in the marketplace. A 1963 nickel associated with potential values in the hundreds of thousands or millions must be professionally graded to be taken seriously. Collector demand is another powerful force driving the incredible values associated with rare 1963 Liberty 5-cent coins. The Jefferson nickel series is widely collected, and many collectors focus specifically on error coins and varieties. When a truly exceptional error appears, competition among collectors can push prices to extraordinary levels. The combination of a popular series, a dramatic error, and high-grade preservation creates a perfect storm for record-breaking values. There is also a strong emotional and psychological appeal attached to coins like the 1963 Liberty 5-cent.